Hello there, my beautiful friends, and welcome to this Wake Up With Me morning yoga. Super grateful that you're here. My name is Julia, and this is actually the very first yoga session that I'm ever posting on this channel, so very happy to welcome you in with this one. Today we're just going to need our mat and maybe one block. I just have mine out at the front of my mat. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, especially in the morning time. We're going to be a little bit more stiff than later on in the day, so just taking that into consideration with this practice. We're going to begin today with a kneeling position at the back of our mat, and I'm just going to bring you through a very light stretch, and then we're going to get our hearts pumping a little bit to wake us up, and then end the session with a seated meditation, so that way we're not falling asleep again in our shavasana. All right, so kneeling position at the back of our mat. Let's just give ourselves a little bit of a rub on our thighs with our hands, just trying to sway back and forth, wake ourselves up just a little bit, bring ourselves into our bodies. Slightly slowing down until we can find a comfortable seated position. Finding a little bit of stillness. Closing our eyes if that feels good. And on our next exhale, we're going to plant our left hand down towards our side body and stretch our right hand up and over, side bend over to the left. Making sure to keep both sit bones grounded, not flailing your ribs out or arching your back, but really bending from that side body. Looking down if that feels better on the neck. Just breathing normally here. On that next exhale, we're going to bend down, swing ourselves around, planting our right hand down towards the ground and stretching our left hand up and over. Again, being mindful of our ribs and our sit bones. And on that next exhale, bend down, swing ourselves around, and side bend over to the right. Deep, deep breath here. And exhale, swing down, around, over to the right again. Deep inhale here through the nose. And down, find center. Nice child's pose here. Maybe giving your hips a little wiggle. And then slowly crawl yourself back up to that kneeling position. Stretch your arms up towards the sky, clasping your fingers. Just giving yourself a nice little stretch. Exhale, drop the hands behind your back, clasp the fingers again, pulling your arms straight, stretching the fronts of those shoulders, tilting your chin up slightly, opening that chest. Release. Come into a all fours position. And nice little wiggle into the hips and find a rotating cat-cow here. Just kind of swaying your hips back and forward. Exhaling on the cat and inhaling on the cow. waking our spine up, waking our hips up as well. Beautiful. Sit back down into our kneeling position. We're gonna swing our legs out forward in front of us. And we're gonna ground our sit bones and forward fold over our legs. If reaching for your feet is a little bit too intense for you this morning, simply just plant your hands beside you and just see how far you can crawl forward. On the next inhale, rise up. Bring your left foot into your right thigh. Forward fold over that right leg. On that next inhale, we're going to rise up, plant our left hand back behind us, and do a modified wild things, keeping our left leg grounded and just pushing our hips up, reaching our right hand back. And come down, and same thing on the other side, switching legs, right foot to left thigh, forward fold, over the left leg. On the next inhale, rise up, plant the right hand back behind you, and modified wild things, keeping that right knee, right leg grounded on the ground, pushing those hips forward. All right, coming back down, swinging both legs back behind you, coming up into a kneeling position, clasping those hands opposite way than what we previously did, behind our backs, and stretching our shoulders again. Doing a slight back bend here as well, just kind of opening our chest, opening our shoulders. And come back down into our kneeling position. All right, finding on all fours, tucking those toes, and pushing ourselves back into a downward facing dog. Giving ourselves a little wiggle here, walking the legs out if need be, the feet. Lifting the left leg up, bending it, opening our hip, keeping both shoulders still level here though. Doing little circles with that knee. And now bring it forward, tucking that knee into our chest. Hold, hold, hold into that plank. And then planting that left foot, dropping the right knee. This is a nice time to have that block beside you, having that right hand on the block, rising yourselves up. You can keep the left hand on the knee or reach it up towards the sky. Beautiful, get that block away from you now, planting both hands to the mat, our right knee or left knee into the chest, and then push it back into plank position. We're gonna drop into a chaturanga, hold for a second, and then down completely onto the mat. Forehead to the mat, giving ourselves a little massage here. Rotating our head to the left, to the right. Oh, feels so nice on the brow. Little cobra. Exhale back to the mat. Plant those toes again. Rise up into plank. Push back, downward facing dog. Rising the left leg up towards the sky, bending that knee, opening that hip. Keeping both shoulders level here still. Making little circles with that right knee if that feels good. Forward to a plank, bringing that right knee into the chest, holding here. Strong, strong. Planting that right foot, dropping that left knee, and either grab that block to hold with your left hand, rising your right hand up to the sky or leaving it on your thigh. We're just trying to open the hip here. Moving that block out of the way, bringing our hands back to the ground, tucking that right knee up towards our chest again. Back to plank. Hold our plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Rising that left leg up towards the sky, bringing ourselves back into a plank with our left knee risen up towards our chest, planting that left foot, rising into a high lunge. Both hands reach towards the sky, making sure we're not arching our back, but bringing our pelvis down and grounded, keeping ourselves stacked. Planting our right heel down, making sure it's parallel to the back of our mat, opening ourselves up to warrior two. Reaching our right hand back to our right leg, left hand up and back, exalted warrior. Bring our left elbow to our left knee, right hand reaches up and over, side angle. Planting both hands back towards the sky, back towards the ground, shooting that left leg back, coming into a plank pose with that left leg risen. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Lifting that right leg up towards the sky, coming into plank with that right knee towards our chest. Taking a breath here and then planting that right foot, coming up into a high lunge. Again, being mindful that we're not arching our backs, but grounding in our pelvis. Keeping everything stacked here. Planting that back heel in line with the back of our mat, opening up into our warrior two. Looking forward, gazing over those front fingers. Ensure that you can still see your front toe over your knee. Your knee isn't coming in, but is back and in line. Exalted warrior, left hand to back leg. And side angle. Planting both hands to the ground, pulling that right knee back into the chest, shooting that leg back, keeping it above, and then chaturanga. Upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Jumping forward to our feet, hop, step, or jump, and forward fold. Halfway lift, and forward fold. This time we're gonna rise all the way up, hands to the sky. Right knee up towards our chest, in line with our hip. And then shoot it back into our high lunge. Hands to the ground, shooting that left leg back, keeping it up into our plank, three-legged plank, chaturanga, and upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Hop, step, and jump to the front of the mat. Forward fold, halfway lift, and forward fold. On the next inhale, let's rise all the way up. Bringing the left leg up parallel to our hip, and then shooting it back into our high lunge. Planting both arms down to the ground, shooting that right leg up towards our chest, hold, and then back, three-legged plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Hop, step, or jump to the front of our mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. On our next inhale, let's rise up, reaching our arms towards the sky, and then sitting our hips back and down into that chair pose, Utkatasana. Shifting our weight over to our right leg, and then lifting our left foot up and just tapping our toes back, and then bringing it back in to that chair pose, and then shifting our weight to our left leg, just tapping our right toes back and rotating. Right, left toes tap, chair pose, right toes tap, chair pose, left toes tap, chair pose, right toes tap, chair pose. Beautiful. Should be getting a little warm now. Rise up and forward fold. Rise up one more time, lifting that left leg up parallel to our hip, putting the left foot over the right knee, just above the right knee, and then bending into that right knee. Standing pigeon pose. You can bring your hands down towards your heart if that feels a lot easier for you. You could even grab your block and have your hands on your block for a little bit more stability here. Beautiful. Rise up, left leg. Keep your balance. Don't let it touch the ground. Parallel to the hip, and then shoot it back, high lunge. Drop the hands to the ground. Bring yourselves into plank. Move that block if need be. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Hop, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, forward fold. Rise up, bringing that right knee up towards the hip, towards the chest, keeping it parallel, planting that left foot over our right foot over our left knee, and then bending into that leg. Standing pigeon pose. Again, either bring your hands down towards your chest or use a block for a little extra support here. Making sure not to fold completely over, but still bending from our hips here. Beautiful. Testing our balance. Rise up. Don't let that right foot touch the ground. And then back into our high lunge. Planting our hands to the ground. Shooting that left foot back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Left leg up towards the sky, left knee to left wrist, planting that left leg into a pigeon pose. Keeping your pigeon pose active here. Planting those hands out in front of you, lifting that left leg up, coming into that plank. And one more chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Rising that right leg, up towards the sky, bringing the right knee to the right wrist, planting the leg, pigeon pose, keeping it active again. Planting those hands in front of you, lifting ourselves back up to plank, and just push right back into a downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment to catch your breath. One more time, hop, step, or jump to the front of the mat. And now bend into our legs until we slowly get our bums to our mats. Coming into a seated position. Crossing our legs out in front of us, maybe sitting on that block if need be, rising our sit bones. For a little extra energy here, let's flip our palms towards the sky, close down our eyes, and just become aware of our breath. It may be a little bit sporadic here, it may be a little intense from all of that hard work we just did. Just notice it without feeling the need to change it. You may naturally start to slow down now. Giving ourselves some recognition here for coming to our mat this morning and choosing to start our day with something that will make us feel good and energized. Bringing that energy of mindfulness and self-love into the rest of our day. Giving ourselves this presence here. Your to-do list may be popping in your head right now. You'll get there soon. We're almost done. Just bring our awareness back to our breath. Doing a quick body scan here, just noticing how our feet maybe feel differently than the start of our practice. Moving that awareness up into our calves. Noticing how our thighs feel different, maybe a little tired. Feeling our glutes anchored onto the ground or a block. Moving that energy into our abdomen. Telling any anxiety that's sitting there to take a deep breath with you. Bringing that awareness up into our chest. Being grateful for the heart that's beating inside. And our lungs that guided us through this practice. Moving our awareness up to our shoulders, giving them a reminder to relax. Giving a little awareness to our neck, maybe dropping our right ear to our right shoulder, bringing it back to center and dropping our left ear to our left shoulder, bringing it back to center. Giving some awareness to our facial expressions if we're clenching our jaw or our eyes. Releasing our tongue from the roof of our mouth. And finally, just imagining a nice white light glowing above our heads. And with that, let's reach our arms up towards the sky one last time. And on our exhale, bringing it down to our hearts. Thank you so much for joining me on today's practice. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day further. If you have any suggestions for any classes that you'd like in the coming future, please drop it down in the comments and I will be happy to read those. Sending you lots of love, and I hope to see you again very soon. Namaste.